Since losing 120 pounds, I've kept it off for 4 years now. Since losing that weight, a lot has happened, since getting my first girlfriend to starting this YouTube channel and everything in between. And I'm gonna take you on the painfully honest journey of going from fat to fit and actually maintaining that lifestyle. Because it's two different views of the world from the fat guy's perspective compared to the guy who's fit or the guy who's skinnier. And I'm about to let you in on that right now. So I'm your typical kid, right? Grow up playing sports. I'd played baseball, football, soccer, basketball, you name it, track and field. I've done all of it. I also played video games a lot when I was a kid. I loved to play Halo and Call of Duty and first-person shooters and stuff like that. I spent a lot of time playing video games, actually. And of course, I went to school because everyone has to go to school, so that's where I was a lot of my time. And then I also hung out with friends whenever I wasn't at school playing sports or playing video games. And then by the time I went to high school, I was a bit overweight. But by the end of high school, I had blown up like a balloon and gained over 100 pounds. And the reason for this was because I played football my entire life and I just wanted to continue gaining weight. However, I figured by the end of high school, it's time that I need to lose weight now. It's time that I finally, for the first time in my life, become attractive and fit and skinny and actually like what I saw staring back at me in the mirror. Well, I'll tell you that it was not easy trying to figure out how to lose weight and successfully keep it off forever. But a big problem that people have is that they don't know how to keep the weight off after they've lost the weight, if they can even lose the weight in the first place. You see, this is where most people go wrong with dieting and working out. And right now I want to tell you about why that's so wrong and what the better alternative to that is. This is how most people see weight loss, and that's by having a one and done goal, one and done kind of deal. When it comes to weight loss, they just think of, okay, I need to lose weight and that's the end goal and that's it. How can I reach this number on a scale? How can I get to this amount of weight? What they do from there is they figure out, okay, well, what is the fastest, best way for me to get to that goal? They take any measures, they do whatever it takes to get to that goal. And because of that, that's why they usually end up failing and falling off and not being able to be successful for a long period of time, because that's all they're focused on, is hitting that goal, but not maintaining it. What most people tend to do is they will come up with this magical number out of nowhere, like I need to lose 30 pounds, as if they know exactly how much weight they need to lose, and they do whatever it takes to get to that goal. They will do whatever it takes to get to that goal. And that's usually the reason that they fail, is because they do things that are not sustainable, that are very, very, very hard to do. It lasts maybe a week or two, and that's about it. And then they fail and they blame the system and they say, oh, it's impossible to lose weight. It's impossible to keep the weight off. It's impossible. I'm just not allowed to lose weight. You know, I'm big boned. You know, it's my destiny to stay big or overweight. And that's just a lie that they're telling themselves, because they did everything completely wrong. And you see, this is how I see weight loss, which is a lifestyle. It's everything in between waking up and going to bed and what you do to create your own lifestyle. So what did I do is I looked at what I did before. What were the things that I was doing? What were the things I was putting into my body? What was the things that I was doing to my body in the gym that kept me overweight? Okay, what were the habits and the actions that I was taking that made me this way in the first place? Okay, that's the first step. Second step is, what do these skinny people, what do these fit people, what do these attractive people do? What do they know? What are they doing on a daily basis that's making them look like this? And you know what I did? I just copied them. I said, okay, this is what they're doing, this is what I'm doing, and it's not aligned, which is why we're in two different bodies. We're looking at the world from two different perspectives. So I said, okay, what do I need to do to end up doing what these guys do on a daily basis so I can end up looking like them on a daily basis? And it's as simple as that. But when I explain that to anyone, a lot of people typically say, oh, well, you know, that's not me. I can't do that. You know, I have my lifestyle. I'm already stuck in my ways. I'm already doing this. And it's like, if you had the habit of tying your shoes or brushing your teeth or taking a shower, then you can pick up the habit of being fit easily as tying your shoes, easily as taking a shower, easily as brushing your teeth every day. It's just as easy. You just got to form the habits. That's it. What exactly is it that makes up long-term weight loss success, long-term fitness success? The reason that I've been able to keep my weight off for so long. What are the exact reasons? Well, the first thing that I want to talk about is long-term thinking. Not a lot of people that I know ever know how to think long-term. Okay, a lot of people like to satisfy their instant gratification. Okay, there's two different gratifications and they're always going to exist. There's always going to be instant gratification. There's always going to be delayed gratification. Now, you've always got a choice between the two. Okay, you can always choose instant gratification, but your delayed gratification will always suffer. Now, if you do decide to choose delayed gratification versus the instant gratification, then your instant gratification will suffer, but your long-term success will thrive, and it will indeed give you more success. And long-term gratification is actually the key to major success, because instant gratification really doesn't get you much ever in the long term. For example, an instant gratification is like one of those moments when you are just out and about and you're driving past, let's say, a candy store or an ice cream shop. Then all of a sudden your taste buds start to kick in and take over your mind, and you start thinking, oh my God, I'm craving some ice cream, I'm craving some See's candy right now, and it looks so good. The instant gratification part of your decision making says, okay, let's go ahead and get some ice cream, fill this craving, fill this whatever we need. The delayed gratification part of you, which is more silent, it's more suppressed, it's more subtle, is saying, no dude, like don't do that. You know what's gonna happen. You know you're gonna gain a few extra pounds. You know it's just gonna last for like maybe 5 minutes, and you're gonna feel good, and you're gonna feel bad about it for the next, I don't know, day, 2 days, whatever your goal is, okay? And so that's the difference between instant gratification and delayed gratification. However, when we think long term, what happens is the more instant gratifications that you give up and the more delayed gratifications that you can accumulate, the more you're gonna be able to ramp up your success. So the more times you drive past that candy shop or that ice cream store and you say no, then you're just gonna roll the momentum, and you're gonna keep getting success. And every time you do that, you're gonna build up perseverance, and it's just gonna give you this amazing body, these amazing skills in your own head, and this ability to reject things that get you to where you are overweight and where you don't wanna be. So if you want to fix that, you have to fix the fundamental core problem of why you're overweight, which is your brain, your decision making. Then comes sustainability. A lot of people disregard sustainability completely. So they will look at a diet plan, or they'll look at a workout routine, and they'll say, okay, what do I need to do? They'll say, I don't care what it is I have to do. I will do anything that it takes to get to this goal. And then they'll just go on this random diet plan full of foods that they absolutely hate. They're super pumped up to do it, or they'll get on this workout plan that they absolutely hate. They love to do it. They love to be in the gym for 3 hours a day, okay? And then all of a sudden 2 weeks go by, their motivation's gone, their excitement's gone, they fall off completely, they stop everything because it's not sustainable. They go back to how they were, they gained the 10 pounds they lost back, and they have to start over from the square one. This is why you need to account for sustainability, because sustainability is what's going to get you from where you're at right now to getting to your goal easily without falling off. That is the key. Okay, then how do I make things more sustainable? Well, you need to focus on what can you do that you actually enjoy doing, that you don't hate doing. Like, what is the, like, what in this meal plan, what in this diet plan, like, what are you eating on a daily basis that you don't like? Okay, well, you think eating all this salad or all this cabbage or all this broccoli is gonna get you to your goal. That's what you think, that's what the diet plan says, but you hate putting that in your mouth every day. Then why are you eating it? Get rid of it. Just because this one diet plan says that you have to eat broccoli or you have to eat this cabbage to lose your weight and you hate it, get rid of that because it's unsustainable. Put something else in place of that so that it's sustainable, so that you can continue eating that on a daily basis, knowing that you're gonna lose weight. Because you are making things sustainable, it's a lot easier to do number 3, which is gonna be consistency. You need to have consistency. If you are not consistently in a caloric deficit for a week, for a month, for 6 months at a time, you are not going to see any progress, okay? People tend to think that, you know, they can do really good for a day, or they can do really good for a week, or even really good for a month and see solid results. But the fact is, you need to let that accumulate using your long-term thinking, using sustainability, and using consistency over the course of, let's say, 6 to 12 months minimum, to see real lasting results. The last key that you need to have lifelong success with weight loss is that you need to create habits, okay? These things need to be habits. So let's just zoom out a little bit and look at the fit guy lifestyle. Like, what does he do on a daily basis that is habitual, that keeps him this way, okay? He doesn't just look at the gym as, oh, I need to go to the gym for the next 3 months so I can lose this much weight and then just stop going. Or, you know, I only need to go for the next 3 months. Okay, no, what he says is, I need to get into the gym today. I need to go into the gym and do cardio and get a lift in today before I eat my breakfast. When he wakes up, he knows he's gonna brush his teeth. He knows he's gonna take a shower. He knows he's gonna put his clothes on. He also knows he's gonna go to the gym because it's a part of his routine. It's a habit. He loves doing it, and it's just easy to do. It's second nature. It's natural for him to do that, which is why he's so easily able to stay fit year round. And the same thing goes for eating well, okay? You need to get into the habit of eating healthy and eating clean. And I know for a fact, a ton of you guys are already thinking, already automatically assuming like, okay, well, that's just miserable, that's horrible. I love eating chips every day. I love drinking a gallon of Coke every day. I love doing what I'm currently doing. Okay, I used to love what I was currently doing, what I previously was currently doing. I currently love what I'm currently doing. So I was able to go from that mindset of hating, of thinking, oh, healthy is disgusting, healthy is gonna suck, healthy is miserable. How could anyone do that for an entire lifetime? To now where it's like, okay, how could anyone eat garbage like that for an entire lifetime? Like how could I ever go off of what I'm currently doing? And so it's a complete mindset flip, and you can't conceptualize that until it actually happens, right? Like if you're in the old mindset, you can't just assume and like imagine what it's like. You just have to do it, trust the process, and it happens, and now it's just impossible to go back to how I was. The differences between the old Joey and the new Joey is that the old Joey was always hungry. He was always wanting to eat food. He was always thinking about food, was always craving food, was always craving the next meal, or thinking about snack, or thinking about what he was going to go out and get with his friends. And he was just constantly hungry. He just wanted to eat. Like, that's pretty much a big part of his life, was food. He always wanted to eat garbage food. Like, it wasn't just that he wanted to eat food, he wanted to eat garbage food. He was thinking about when was the next Taco Bell run, when was the next time he was going to get pizza, okay, when was the next time he was going to be able to eat waffles with peanut butter and syrup, and he was able to eat all these different things. Like it wasn't just like when was he going to eat, when was he going to eat all this junk food. And the old Joey hated working out. He did not have the motivation to go into the gym every single day, and this was a big reason why he didn't lose the weight for quite a while, because he hated that he thought that you had to be obsessed and a fitness freak and obsessed to go into the gym every day to actually like to do that and want to do that, and he hated doing that. He couldn't figure out why he just didn't have the motivation to go into the gym every day. He also felt really sorry for himself all the time. He was having pity parties, like, oh, I'm overweight this, I'm overweight that, like, I wish I was this, I wish I was that, and wouldn't really do anything about it. He was just having pity parties and felt sorry for himself all the time. But now the current Joey can eat whatever he wants whenever he wants, because he's not constantly always craving pizza like the old Joey was. Matter of fact, he's craving, and he's so used to his normal routine that he likes eating his normal meal plan, which is full of foods that he likes to eat. And so long as he just continues to eat them, he's going to continue living in this body, in this lifestyle. You see, my meal plan makes me want to eat everything that I'm supposed to eat. I love eating all the food that's on my meal plan. And then every once in a while, instead of every day, every once in a while, I'll crave fast food, or I'll crave a pizza, or crave something to go out and do something with my friends. I'll go out and do that. I'll eat a full box of pizza and then not regret it at all, because I know that I'm just going to go right back to where I was, because that craving is now filled. And now I love working out, and I feel disgusting if I do not get my workout in that I'm supposed to work out. It's just like a shower, right? I look at workouts as a shower now, whereas before I hated working out. I couldn't pull myself to work out 7 days a week. But now, if I don't go into the gym, I don't get my exercise, I feel like I just skipped the shower for the day, or I feel like I skipped brushing my teeth for the day. And then if I do that 2, 3, 4 days in a row, you feel pretty disgusting, as if you didn't take a shower for 2, 3, 4 days in a row. You see, it's a lifestyle to me now, and I don't have to worry about going back to the way I was. It's really, really easy to keep the body that I have now, because it is just a habitual lifestyle. And it's all because I rewired my understanding and my foundation of all nutrition and exercise. And it's really simple. Really, anybody, literally anybody could be doing this. You just have to trust and believe that you're worth it, that you're worth investigating, you're worth doing the things that it takes to get to this lifestyle. You are worth it, and anybody can do it. You just have to believe, and you have to want it bad enough. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, go ahead and check out one of these videos next. I do recommend both of them, but you can't watch both of them at the same time, unfortunately. But yeah, so with that being said, go ahead and click, one of these videos, and I will see you guys next.